get some sort of confidence. And off the bat, it's an MR6 ban by Goonjar.
That's interesting, especially because Elevator already played tonight. Usually you only see that going on when you're going up against Nogathan, but you know, respecting the trigger fingers from the guys on Rise, Luna goes ahead and he just gets rid of high caliber, and you know, for the most part, the bans and protects from both these teams have been very standard.
Yeah.
So I don't really expect to see anything too crazy. That might be as crazy as it gets, the Purifier getting banned out.
Sharp must have been watching Methods earlier on this map, man. Methods with the 6 streak at the end, the 6-piece he put together to close out that map really for CLG in their matchup earlier on against TSM. Classic banning at the flashbang. Always expect to see the concussion follow suit. Once one of those is banned, there's the other. HC targeted by Neslo. And as we move finally into the end of this ban and protect phase, things still on the board to note. Rapid Fire is one of them, as well as the likes of Kinetic Armor are two that I expect to see banned out. Maybe Smokes.
Maybe even like a camo ban. There's the Rapid Fire. Now we're coming down to the last one. See what it's going to be. What does Octane have in store for us here? It's going to be a Vesper ban?
Woo! It's back!
All right.
It's a little bit less priority now. Can go in that last
I got to
spot.
say, I have not seen any pro players use it in an official match since the patch.
Well, I mean, when you think of a map like Evac, that first middle hard point, that bottom glass hard point, and, I mean, especially the kitchen hard point, all very close in that range where Vesper still outclasses the other submachine guns in that very, very, very close quarters.
For sure, could definitely see maybe the Vesper maybe getting some use. But now we're moving into the specialist draft. Kinetic Armor makes it through. Sharp goes ahead and picks that up. Slack will get the Kinetic for his team. So far, as long as Theory goes ahead and gets camo, it will be a mirror matchup, and he will do so. So the same weapon, the Scythe, available for both teams, along with the same abilities. And now, if I'm looking for players to give me a big game, I need a big game out of Sharp, and I need one out of Classic here for Rise.
Well, when you think of when TK had that really good week in the CWL a couple weeks ago,
Sharp was playing well.
Sharp is performing very well. He kind of changed up his role a little bit. TK, though, from what I've seen in my scrims, from what I've seen as of late, when this team has started to struggle again, is it just seems like right now their roles are so, like, 1 week it's this, 1 week it's this, 1 week it's this, and they just don't have consistent expectations for what they have in the game. Sharp, back up off the OBJ. No, you know what? We need a little bit more OBJ. And then you also have Theory doing the same kind of thing for their team as well, and it kind of spirals out of control. Talk to me about that a little bit as a team. When your roles aren't as clearly defined, how much does that hurt your squad?
I mean, because it hurts you in a lot of different ways. One, you don't know what to expect from your teammates. You know, one game you might have Sharp as like the main AR, the next he's the SMG. It kind of messes up that whole team dynamic and team flow.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for that kind of consistency where you can rely on your teammates to play their role, here, as you were saying with TK, they don't really know, like, oh, Sharp, what do you want to do this game? You know, you want to play a bit more in the objective? Do you want to roam freely? And whenever I watch TK play, I really feel like they're kind of playing sort of like an individualized style, and that they rely on their individual gunfights to carry them through to a victory, as opposed to working together as a team like you see from, you know, a FaZe or an Optic Gaming.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that TK has to work on if they want to return to their former glory.
Well, they're going to have to do that right off the bat here in Evac Hardpoint. Just getting some score streaks edited, finishing up the last final things before we head into the match. Now, an overall look at the COD World League while we do wait for this match to get started. Teams you expect to perform well this weekend at South Carolina.
Ooh, I'm really excited to see how Liquid and Cloud9 are going to do. I think those are
talking open bracket.
Yeah, those are some teams that could certainly make it up into a championship bracket. I would love to see Envy play online as well. As a team I've been waiting to see play online for quite some time now, especially now that they're starting to figure things out as a team.
Definitely.
You know, they're contesting for first place here in the North American division. So I think that is probably the team I'm looking forward to seeing play the most out of all the other teams.
Well, you'll be able to see them all in action this weekend. As Revan said, a lot to be excited about for Call of Duty as we head into our final matchup of the week between Envy and Envy. You just said Envy, now I'm thinking Envy, TK and Rise Nation. You mentioned Classic and Sharp are your players to watch. Who we hopping on board with at the start?
I want to watch me some Classic.
Yeah.
You know,
like
at the very beginning of the game, you know, we were all talking to each other in the office, and we were like, wow, Classic, this guy really is the most underrated player in the game. I feel like that title has kind of slipped away from him, you know, as time kind of progressed. And you know, I don't want to say he's kind of fallen off a little bit, but he's gotten a little bit more quieter, having a I'd say a bit less of an impact for his team, but off the start, man, 4 go down for TK. Hot start for the guys on Rise, and Classic, he picks up 2 of them.
Classic does wind up getting a couple kills off the start. It's Rise Nation now to an early lead, and you can see TK going for a 4-man push from this kitchen side. So far, it has worked out as all the trades do go in their favor. One final Rise player remaining, and he falls as well. Nice break for TK as they regain control of middle.
That's exactly what you want to see from TK, man. You know, they take the time, they set up the proper push. They all go at the same time. Seemed like they planned out who was going to watch which angle. They break in, they take control, but now it's going to be Rise's turn. Sharp makes his way back in as 3 of his teammates fall momentarily. He controls the hardpoint, but Rise, they're already focused on the next one. TK, they will get the scrap time. Should see Sharp pushing forward here as TK now begin their rotation a little bit late. Let's see if they could take Rise off their positions here.
And you can see they know they've got to take Rise out of those power positions. Sharp has pushed up, gets right below that small wall, stays alive, and he goes to push towards the hard point. Already 5-2 to start off this game, leading his team in kills. Neslo on that back wall flank, and it does look like TK has been cleared out. Classic earns himself the camo. Very close game to start things off, and you can see, look at the pressure on the outside of the map again. Who's this flanker from TK
Sharp.
as they try to fly in? It's Sharp, he gets one, can't find the second though, as Rise stay in control of the hard point.
I was about to say maybe Classic uses camo here as TK putting on the pressure, but he gets taken down shortly after. That's not TK trying to fight back, and so far this game, even though Rise have, you know, around a 20-point lead, it's been pretty back and forth for control of the hard point as TK, as they look to control the final 10 seconds on this current hardpoint. It's going to be nearly a tied game, but kinetic armor now available for Sharp. Once again, TK a little bit late on this rotation. Let's see if they can break the setup from Rise.
But even as they are late, Rise really only has 1 player in position. Now Rise starting to push back from middle map. Sharp actually just got his teammate the spawn. He popped the kinetic armor. Is not going to do anything with it. TK still getting those spawns in the back of the map, and while Sharp didn't get much done with his kinetic armor, he still got the spawns for his team. He's still staying alive, and he's still missing bullets with that VMP.
Well, great bullets, great movement from Sharp, right? He's 7-3, as you were saying. He has a good start to this game. Just being able to stay alive, be a nuisance for the guys on Rise, as now they're going to push it. Let's switch over to Slack. He popped his kinetic armor as he's looking to do damage over near the TK base. You see where the guys from Team Kaliber are going to be spawning. Slack in a perfect position to cut them off.
He is there. Can't find 1 kill as of yet. Thankfully, his duo in Classic is there to clean up that kill. Rise doing a fantastic job of stopping the push from this pool side of the map. And TK, they're going to give up those last 10 seconds to try to position for this glass hard point. But look at the challenge already coming in from Slack. That confidence, he's on a 5 streak after a slow 4-8 start. He's turned things around. He's earned himself 2 streaks. Trying to go for this third. What a momentum swing it would be if he could drop a Cerberus on the map. And as I say that, Sharp gets the better of him there in that gunfight.
I don't even think Shark knew how big of a kill that was right there.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is really the first time in this game where TK, they were able to rotate early. They were able to contest for that initial time. And now, if they're able to lock this one down, man, they're going to have the lead. Switching back over to Sharp, coming off the respawn, and trying with some grenades, just kind of forcing Rise or zoning them out of that spot. And actually, he picks up a kill with it as he takes down Slack, moving back over to him. Definitely not a hill where you expect the Lightning Strike or the Hellstorm missile to be used here, but Classic, he's having a good game so far. He's 17-10 for his squad.
Oh, definitely. 17-10 after just the first few hard points is quite the start to have. On the other side of things, Neslo 15-14, Sharp playing well at 12-8. TK find themselves down by just about 2 seconds. They should take the lead here as they get this last bit of scrap time, and you know, this is the start you want to see from TK. You've got a Sharp who's winning his gunfights inside the hard point. He's got a minute in the hill already, leading the game as well. Team Kaliber, if they can continue to perform this well, they could be able to stake out this map 1.
Solid shots from Sharp. He's going to re-earn his kinetic armor as we switch over to Neslo. He's going to come in from the wall run, breaks into the hard point, but he gets cleaned up immediately after as Slack. He pops his kinetic, and all 4 go down for Team Kaliber. So Rise, they're going to have a chance to get their ideal setup going here. TK, they're all going to flood in right up through the middle. Switching back over to Neslo as he pre-aims over near the Z connector. Both teams just kind of trading kills, but in the end, TK
Nice job,
with control over the hard point.
They continue to get these big kills on rotation as TK should still spawn helipad, and yeah, that's exactly where they're going to spawn up at. So even if they do lose these couple last gunfights, they're going to spawn ready for this next hard point. They're even going to contest for these last 15 seconds. You don't blame them on that one, as they're just keeping someone in the back of the map near kitchen. Looney still spawning out. Nice. Camo being popped by Classic, and Sharp still gets the better of him inside the hard point. What a game from Sharp so far, man. 18-12. Brandon Rogers, the leader of the Mullet Nation, going off at the moment.
Oh man, Looney has a chance to make a huge play right here. He's been able to sneak all the way behind TK. He's going to find one player here near the platform, picks up back hill, looks for the second off respawn. He's got the entire TK team spawning in front of him. Could pop heat wave here, and he does so. Finds Nezo turning around, unable to pick up the other kills, but he's bought his teammates enough time to get them set up going inside the kitchen hardpoint. But here comes Nezo from behind, trying to make things happen, make plays happen for Team Kaliber.
Looney was so close to making a hero play right there. He tried to save his heat wave long enough so that when he popped it, it reached around that corner and not only hit Theory right below him, but as well as Goonjar. Instead, though, he popped it a quarter of a second too early.
Why is TK pushing
here?
And
it didn't hit the side wall. TK, you don't agree with their final push. We'll see.
There's 20 seconds, 15 seconds.
If it pays off, Rise are going to kill him with ease. But once again, it kind of goes back to TK are still in control of the spawns. But as I say that, they have someone spawn at the bottom half of the map. They're now just going to try to drop back. Looney's hitting that bottom side wall run. Do they hear him down here? It doesn't appear so. Looney's going to get the entry kill for Rise Nation as they regain control of the lead.
Now, because Looney was able to hit this wall run, he's going to draw TK's attention towards this side map. I mean, look at the arrows for TK. The lightning strike gets called in from Slack. He gets the ping, able to relay that information to Looney, and he's just looking to stay alive here. I mean, Looney doesn't really need to pick up kills. He's being such a nuisance. His team is able to retake spawns, and I think this is all because, one, Looney hit that wall run, and two, TK decided to overextend. They pushed into that kitchen hardpoint with 20 seconds remaining. They lost the control of the spawns. After that, as now Rise, they're starting to build a little bit of a lead.
The fact that Goonjar just lived for so long right there was great for Team Kaliber. Unfortunately, though, they're not able to act too much more often. And Sharp, oh, God. He gives Classic the yup deezy there as he turns and burns him quickly with that kinetic armor use. Camo not able to get too much done. The Hellstorm gets dropped in, not going to connect with a kill. Goonjar's got the Scythe, and TK have pulled some momentum back in their favor.
All right, so they are able to stabilize and kind of get the tail end of the final seconds of the hardpoint, but now we're moving to the glass hardpoint, and TK, it looks like they might win the rotation here as well. Nezo trying to go big inside the hardpoint. He just needs to buy a couple more seconds for his teammates to push over, rotate towards that side of the map, and help him out. Theory wins a big gunfight on the flank as he shuts down Looney. As now Rise, they're all going to be pushing from the same position. This is a good spot for TK to maybe hold on here.
I don't know. I'm not too big of a fan of a challenge right there from Nezo as he falls. The whole setup collapses. Now TK getting some split spawns. Thankfully, though, Sharp is still winning gun engagements. 23 and 18, a minute and 27 seconds in the hard point. TK up to a 15-second lead and growing. Honestly, right now, Revin, I'm leaning towards TK winning this map 1.
I mean, they're looking good. It's still pretty close between both these teams. Really only 20 points separating both of them. A very fragile lead. You know, as 10 seconds are remaining over near the glass hard point. Could still see teams contest over these final 10 just because the rotation to the next one not nearly as important as that they're just so close together. You just go up the staircase here and you're right there.
Well, what makes it a little bit harder to rotate is Octane with a Scythe. He gets 2, gets flanked from behind, and that's actually a really good spawn for TK. They get lucky on that one as they drop in from top helipad. Looney now charging into the hard point. He's got a heat wave to use, doesn't like to use it. Surprised he didn't wind up popping it right there. Nezo uses one of his own, and that's going to be another break for TK. Classic finds a kill. The lead still just about 22 seconds. Trading kills going out between both teams as Theory tries to push on him with the RK5, and it looks like Rise have gotten not only the better of the engagement, but because of that player in the back of the map, they get the spawns as well. 186 to 175, these teams so evenly matched in game 1.
Might see Theory or
Kinetic armor, nice heat wave used by Looney. That's 4 dead again for TK. And I love this positioning by Looney. He knows they're going to spawn near that back area of the map. He's going to watch the cutoff. He calls out to his teammates that someone's hitting the back wall run. Looney is getting so much info for his team. He's got 1, he's got 2, and he's going to chase down the 3rd as well, hitting that back wall run, but unfortunately for him, the timing doesn't work out in his favor.
Classic is here to trade the kill, though. Pops the camo, gets the 2-piece. Rise are going to break in, and now it's their turn to retake the lead in this game as Classic pushes out the spawns, just making sure nobody from TK's here, but they are. And now this is going to give TK control the spawns and an opportunity to break the hard point.
Goonjar just picked up 2 massive kills on the map. He floods on and can't find the 3rd. That close range M8 so lethal by Octane, but Theory gets 3 of his own to regain control of the hill for TK.
What a game.
That should give them back the lead as we head towards the 200-point mark between these two teams. Theory on a 4 streak. How close is he to score streaks? Oh, he actually just died as he was about 100 off of his lightning.
Yeah. So no streaks earned by Theory, but he's getting pretty close to that. Active camo. The hardpoint still being contested by Rise, and now this is where they should cut their losses, set up for the upcoming hardpoint.
Yeah.
It's still a fragile lead for TK, but they're getting closer and closer to closing the game out. So Rise with this initial positioning over near the Vents hardpoint, they need to hold on to this.
Oh, Gunjar.
Wow, what a shot from Goon right
Just
there.
completely shredded classic inside the hard point. Now you've got Looney trying to watch this top kitchen area. He falls. Octane's there to trade the kill, though. Slack trying to challenge his long-range gunfights. He just needs to stay alive with this kinetic armor at the moment. You know, Rise want to try to build this lead off this hard point. They've done a great job of it so far this game. Gunjar wins a gunfight middle map. He finds a second, make it a third as well. And Gunjar just single-handedly gave TK an opportunity to break. But now the spawn's still coming in classic. Melts Neslo as he uses the heat wave, and now he's going to charge out with the camo.
And camo being used by
There's
Rise
one.
here.
There's two, and he's got a third up above. Finds a third as well. It's a perfect 4 dead for Rise Nation as TK spawn all the way across the map. They've chained together 5 kills. They've earned themselves the lead, and they look to run away with this game 1 in the final moments.
You know, these are rough points to give up, but you got to do it if you're Team Kaliber. Get the early setup on the upcoming hard point. By the time you push it and maybe got in a position to contest the time,
they might actually get a
the
pinch.
next one.
They might get
would
actually
be
a
spawning
perfect
up.
pinch spawn right here for Rise Nation. Look at, they're flooding from
Looney
everywhere
gets
on the
behind
map.
him.
Looney's behind all the players of TK. All they need is 8 seconds. He's going to find one. He sees a second across the map as well. He's staying alive with this heat wave. He's going to fly out and pop it. No, he doesn't get it off in time. Rise flooding the hill, though, with 2 members. TK, they need to go for one more break. They use the EMP. They get inside the hard point. 2 seconds left for Rise Nation, and they win the game. TK still down by 14. This could be a heroic comeback. The pinch comes in once more. Rise find 2 kills with the nade. It's actually a team kill from Octane. Slack wins 1. TK hops back in the hard point.
What is going on?
Back and forth between these 2 teams as TK gets 4 dead. They try to mount this comeback. They're beginning to close it out. They push out the spawns. Sharp gets 1. Rise Nation lose the map after they're just 2 seconds away from winning it. TK showing some life at the end in one of the closest hardpoint games I've casted in Black Ops 3.
That was just simply amazing from TK, man. They give up the final, what was it, like 15 seconds on that Vents hard point. They invest it into a setup over near Glass. Rise, they try to break that team kill from Octane, comes back to bite them.
Oh, God. If Sharp is in this top 3, please tell me he uses like a boast or something. Oh, I don't think he's going to.
41 kill. I mean, so many interactions come down. It's not like TK completely outslayed their opponents, but they do just enough to get the job done. Mainly, you look at those 12 defense from Sharp,
wow.
10 from Nezlo. Look at Slacks, man. He did everything he could. 16 defense to his name.
Both teams so evenly matched. The player I want to highlight, though, Neslo turned things around in that final rotation of hills. I believe he was like 20 and 25 at one point. Finishes the game 41 and 40. Bumped his hill time up as well as the defense. Major difference maker there at the end. A major key to success for TK as they win that map 1. Wow.
I was trying to spectate Looney there at the end because here's the player with Heat Wave. On that hard point, so close. Quarry definitely could have made a play happen with that, but TK, they hold on. They take map 1.
Yep.
Is this the start for TK? Then can they continue this momentum forward into the upcoming search and destroy on Stronghold?
That was nuts.
What if TK 3-0's Rise here?
Oh my God,
that'd be a statement for TK.
The farthest thing, honestly, TK fans will probably begin sending me money just to cast TK's matches because I think the last 2 times I casted TK, they won their games. Last night we didn't see them on the primary stream. We'll see if I'm the good luck charm continuing for TK. Maybe the reverse courage curse for these guys. We are waiting to join up into the next lobby. If you are just joining us, TK win map 1, 250.
Crazy fashion too.
Woo, that was a lot of yelling I had to do there at the end, but
you're sweating.
Oh, I sweat most times in my life. It's 85 degrees outside in Los Angeles right now.
Rosa knows you've been sweating. She's here.
Yeah, she's ready. She's ready to come in and help. The second, I'm telling you right now, you don't see this. The second you no longer see us on camera, Rosa runs in, touches me back up, make sure I don't look like a pig on camera. It's tough to do, but Rosa's great at what she does, and she gets it done.
If you're able to make Maven look mildly attractive,
exactly,
like, you're great at what you do.
Oh, absolutely. So we are looking to join up into the next lobby as Revan is just throwing out haymakers right here towards Maven.
Maven deserves it.
That map 1, man, was absolutely close. TK, they could possibly sneak out an S&D win here. And then you go into Fringe Uplink, and you got to begin to wonder, if they win this S&D, TK, as he said, they could get this 3-0.
You think this is maybe like a must-win map for Rise?
No.
No?
To be quite honest with you, no. I mean, this Rise team is more than strong in their respawn game modes. TK, yes, they show off their S&D prowess. These guys play a ton of wagers, a ton of S&D tournaments. But on the other side of things, Rise Nation, they know how close they were in that map one. I don't think they're too frustrated with themselves giving up that final lead.
Yeah, it's a great game by both teams.
Yep.
But, I mean, Rise, they've been playing these online tournaments as well. They've been getting their S&D practice in.
Yep.
I think this is going to be another close game. And, this is another match where I was thinking to myself, I was like, we could realistically see another game or another Game 5.
Oh, for
or at
sure.
least the first one here. I don't know if any have gone to Game 5 over on the primary stream, but, I think both these teams, Rise, they've been pretty quiet as of late. I mean, they're still up there in the standings, but, we're not nearly talking about them as much as we did when the game first came out. They were looking super strong there. I think they've started to slow down a little bit, but, I mean, still a strong team, and this would be a huge win for TK.
Oh, for sure. We are just right now waiting for an invite into the next lobby. Just trying to see if we can connect and get all set up for our second map, which will be S&D on
Stronghold.
Stronghold. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. See, I was testing you. I want to make sure you're. What was that face?
Because you weren't testing me at all.
I was, dude. I knew exactly what I was talking
You're the
about.
one who didn't know the
Yeah.
map.
What's map 3?
Map 3 is Fringe Uplink.
Yeah. See, I knew that too. Weirdo.
No, you didn't.
What's CTF then? Breach.
Only because you were talking about Ricky like so many times on Breach. I mean, you were talking about them like going into this
All right. You know what?
first
Stop.
series.
Stop being a bully. Okay.
I'm not being a bully. I'm just saying you're wrong.
You're bullying me.
Do you feel triggered right now?
I'm in the
Courage?
lobby.
Are you triggered?
I am definitely triggered after what Revan's been saying to me. No, finally, we're in the lobby. We're getting set up. Sniper presence between these two teams. Who pulls it out from either of these squads?
I mean, you could see Classic maybe pulled out for Rise, Theory for TK.
Right.
But this is, like we were saying in the first series of the night, this is not a map where the sniper's going to completely take over.
Yeah.
Right? It's mainly for an information play. You can maybe do what Aqua is doing and kind of boosting up near the back plants on defense to try to spot anybody on that B bomb site. But for the most part, like, these shots are tough to hit. It's not an easy thing to do. But these players are certainly capable of it. It's just how consistent can you be with it?
You could see how tough the shots were that Aqua was trying to hit, even in the last series.
Yeah.
Nagafen as well. Every sniper shot I think I saw them take was through trees, floating in the air, where they had a half a second to peek and try to hit a shot. You need some nasty reaction times and some overall godlike skill to really hit those shots through the trees. Ricky also showed the power of planting the bomb near B and locking down that half-wall area. I believe he won a 1-on-2 and then also that 2v4 alongside Nameless with some great setups over there.
Yeah.
We'll see which team could take advantage of that one in this game, too. The ban and protect phase has started, and to kick things off, it's going to be an MR6 ban from Sharp.
You think so?
Oh, God. It's not again.
Like,
My calls tonight, I'm getting bold with my calls, and it's just not working out.
Thermal Sight getting taken down by Sharp, that, of course, is going to affect the sniper rifles. Now, do you maybe expect to see smoke grenades get banned out, too? Because thermals are a direct counter to smokes. Looney's going to go after overkill. Now it's going to be TK's chance to respond as High Caliber gets taken out by Octane. Rapid Fire, of course, still in the game. Camo, Overdrive, Kinetic Armor. And speaking of Kinetic Armor, that's no longer in the game. As goes ahead and bans it.
That's going to be dropped right off the face of the earth. As we move further through the ban and protect phase, Rapid Fire still available. All tactical still available. The lethals still available.
Yep.
Overdrive, I don't think we're going to see it used by these teams on this map.
You think? I mean, Parasite used it. Is he kind of doing the experimenting for the entire Pro Division? They're kind of watching Parasite saying, you didn't really get too much done with Overdrive. Do we decide to bring it out ourselves?
They're watching and going, sheesh. Fools are lost using that one out there. That's literally what Sharp would say. On this
Maybe.
map. Moving into the final ban, it's up to Theory. What do you think he goes with?
I mean, he has a lot of options. He's going to go after the frag grenade. I was thinking maybe something along the lethals, but also Kinetic Armor was still in play. I think Sharp goes right for Kinetic. Looney's going to pick up Heat Wave. That's what he's using during the hard point. Of course, curious to see who's going to pick up Overdrive if it winds up getting used.
Well, no one's grabbed it as of yet. Heat Wave coming in from both teams.
Kinetic Armor was banned out.
Octane
is one thing
with the Vision Pulse. Neslo with one of his own.
There's a great map for Vision Pulse. We were talking about it during the Elevate series.
Woo!
Yeah, Gunjar's a player that likes to utilize glitch.
Gunjar and Spacely, the two that I've really seen use glitch a lot, and then Clayster Use it in CTF
Tried
yesterday.
it. It's definitely something that can be experimented with. I mean, it's just one of those things, like we were saying, how he jumped off the map to switch for the trophy class. It's like, you know, if it works out, the smartest play ever in Call of Duty. If it doesn't work out, I mean, that's just, you know, what people would be saying. But if it doesn't, then it's like, oh, you know, why even risk it?
That's exactly kind of what people were saying on the subreddit. Kind of laughing with that one, Clay. Fortunately, used it, landed right in front of the opponent, and just got shot in the back. We hope you've been enjoying the COD World League so far. It's been a pleasure to cast, Revan. It's blown away my expectations from what we've seen. Tonight, with one of our best matches we'll see all season long.
Yeah.
FaZe versus Optic, you know. Mr. X and Maven, they're casting this one right now. You know, we let them have the first one, but what they forgot is that there's 2 in the season. We're getting that second match when it gets closer to the end of the stage. We're making sure.
We're claiming it now?
Oh, we're claiming that matchup because we're going to bring a new level of hype. We're going to make it. We're just going to get all the best matches second half of the season. We're making it happen.
We're going to take over the primary stream?
Yeah, I mean, both streams obviously have incredible matches, but on those big marquee nights, like this is a marquee night. It doesn't matter who you're a fan of.
I mean, we had a huge night last night on primary. We were here late.
OG Cole, that was nuts.
We lost our minds, you know, going into the third game 5.
Mm-hmm. We literally lost our minds. That Chino play, let's talk about that Chino play, because Maven tweeted like, oh man, he could, if he ledge boosted, he would have had it. I've seen people.
I mean, first, it's impressive that he shot the dart out of the sky.
Yeah.
Then he had the presence of mind to pop overdrive. It's just unfortunate that the animation of picking the bomb was the thing that caused him not to get the diffuser.
But also, with ledge boosting, especially on Redwood near A, I've seen a lot of times where people with overdrive, they go to ledge boost.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to time it.
Dip right, they just fly right up the map.
I can see that.
And it's probably one of those where it's like, maybe that happens 1 out of every 10 times. But in Chino's mind, you go, do I risk that? Or I have a chance of just getting this bomb normally. Maybe I just do that. It's one of those things. It was literally, I got a screenshot, 0.1 second. 0.1. And it blew up in his face. We saw that twice that series. Replays on Map 2 did it as well. Such an insane night of matches, man. I was going to sleep last night reading all my mentions on Twitter.
I can't even read them all. There are too many.
I literally got I think I got 1,000 tweets. Here we go, though, loading into the map. And see, right now, you're wondering, you know, where do these guys do when they cast? What do they wind up doing? You know, the camera's back off them. I will tell you right now, the lovely Rosa is going to come over and make it look like I'm no longer sweating, even though it's 9,000 degrees.
Well, good, you need it.
Wow, John, that's not right. Look, see that? See what's happening right now? I'm getting all touched up. Thank you, Rosa, for saving me. The next map. Getting started. Stronghold S&D, Revan. Who do you pick on this one?
I mean, I think this is going to be another close one. I think we probably see something like around 10, around 11. That's where the game's going to get decided.
Really?
I'm going to go ahead and go with TK, man.
Really?
I have faith.
Here we go. TK
Smoke
clutch up map
grenades.
1. Sharps bringing out the smokes. It's 2 players from Rise Nation just below the bottom mansion. It looks like they've actually accidentally run into each other momentarily. A slight miscommunication, maybe loss of vision because of the smoke. Sharp's going to push right in to get this bomb planted. He has a player watching over him. TK with a strong start in round 1.
Yeah, Nezlo's looking over Sharp. He picks up the kill on the Octane. The bomb gets planted. 4-on-2 scenario in favor of TK. Now it's all down to Classic on Rise Nation as he comes around the back. Goes find Nezlo, makes it more manageable here in a 1v2. Solid shots, and he actually outguns Goonjar there on the rocks. Down to a 1v1. Sharp, the last player alive
Sharp's
for
in a
TK.
perfect spot. He's got the player just to his left. He puts shots in and cleans him up. Sharp putting himself in a great position. He would have spotted the player if he wound up crossing the site. You can see, he knew exactly where to go. If the player hopped up in window, he was ready for it. Beautiful positioning, and he gets the timing
actually almost snuck by there. If Sharp doesn't turn, he's not in his field of view.
Yeah, that's true. And, I mean, comes down to one of those things, too, where you know all the TK members are watching Sharp. They probably went, yo, it's your left. And then he winds up turning, oh, thanks, guys. Cleans up the kill.
I saw him the whole time.
1-0 round lead.
So the question for me is, anybody using a sniper rifle? No, they are not. Overkill getting banned out as well. Let's move over to Slack. He's the bomb carrier for Rise Nation. And I definitely think Stronghold is a map, especially for Search and Destroy, where you want to be winning the rounds you have on defense.
Oh, definitely.
Can't really afford to let those slip, but here comes Rise. They're making plays happen. Goonjar getting caught out of position. 2 go down for TK. Even though TK, they come out strong in that round 1, now it's Rise's turn as it's all down to Sharp in a 1v4.
You know, Sharp, you clutch the 1v1. 1v4 is a little bit different.
Is it?
Rise just sprinted across the map right there. They did not stop. They hit the middle map. Look at the wall run here by Looney. I actually love that decision where you don't even take the wall run, you just boost straight across.
Yeah.
Nice use of the movement system there. And that pack he's got on his back with the boost to get onto the window and clean up the kill. 1-1, Rise Nation with a perfect round.
Weird to see both teams winning like their first offense here. I definitely favor the defense on this map, as I've said already. But I want to watch me some Gunjar. He's got the M8 in his hands. Mainly, I want to watch him when he has glitch available. I want to see how he's going to decide to utilize this specialist ability as he makes his way around middle map. There's a player right next to him, bottom bar. He gets caught out. It's going to be Looney with that kill. Slack fouls it up with one of his own. As just like that, 3 players from TK falling, all down to Theory, and he's been spotted for Rise.
Look at the red arrows.
Only a matter of time before Theory dies. Yep, there you go. Pretty straightforward round from Rise Nation.
2 rounds in a row, 8 straight kills for Rise. Slack says hello to everybody in the stream there in his emblem. It's nice of Josiah. There he is getting that final kill.
Although nobody using the paint job like Karma does.
Karma actually didn't even update it for his match last
Slacker.
night. It still says TK all day, even though they face complexity. TK, you need to turn things around, because if you cookie swap through multiple players, 100 off his HC, 175 off his HC, Slack also 100 off of the HC as well, and a couple kills for a few of these guys, and they've earned themselves their specialists already.
Yeah.
In just round 4.
Well, Overclock makes it through. These guys were using Overclock in the first couple of rounds. Slack went ahead and changed up to the Flak Jacket class. It's once again Rise, just playing for information over to the mansion side of the map.
And this is what I like from TK. This is what we talked about in the Cole matchup. They realize, hey, we don't want to play 2 players top lab. They give it up because they know you can't just have one person in there. Now Nezel will call out someone is crossed. This is where TK have to begin to clutch up on some of these close range gunfights.
That.
Or sorry, no, oh wow, yeah. I thought he was actually on top tables.
It's up to Sharp here, and this is a tough angle to play.
Because they have no idea now that there's players on bomb. Finally, in the back of the map is Gunjar, who spots one player. He's just pre-firing with that M8. The bomb will get planted. It's going to be up to TK to try to clutch up when 4 players are up for either squad. Oh, Fury hits the nade of the century. Kobe's that one and puts TK in a 4v2 situation. And there was someone on the bomb already. Beautifully done to watch over, and that defuse is coming in. Who is that from TK?
Theory just hopped on it.
Oh, he just hopped on it now. As he's begun to get it in, Octane finds 1 kill. He's being shot again. Theory's gonna get cleaned up. Octane finds 3. It's Nezel left in the 1v2. He gets 1. He's got to trace down this final kill, but Looney's in a great spot to clutch up this round. He's gonna do just that.
Nezel knows the situation. He goes right for that defuse.
Looney's gonna clean it out.
Yeah,
Rise up 3-1.
Yep.
Octane, man. What a round from him.
You know, how powerful is that position? Like, as soon as you see the bomb playing on that side of the bomb site, you automatically you're like, all right, there's a guy half wall. Just a matter of how do we get him out of that position. TK, you saw them using smokes in the very first round. Maybe they start to use one on defense here, just for that exact scenario.
Yeah, that flank from Nezel just came in like a few moments too late. Octane was already able to find 3 kills, and then Looney with the heads-up play to rotate all the way through bunker, so we could get that final kill to clutch up the round. TK now back on offense after they lose 3 straight rounds.
Speaking of smoke grenades, Nezel has 2 of them. Dropping them middle map, getting him some good cover.
Oh,
and he's actually going over near top mansion. But yeah, Rise being super aggressive right here. TK, they're forced to kind of turn around and put their attention elsewhere, but they're going to push up over towards the B-bomb site.
They should be.
This is the perfect play to make. Sharp could go right for this bomb plant. But there are players for Rise here to contest. It's going to be classic. Has camo available. Finds 1. Make it 2.
God.
Doesn't even need the camo. It's all up to Theory. A 1v3 situation for him. He finds 1. Going to peek over the bomb site, but he gets shot from 2 angles. Well, looks like they're going to give Looney the defuse here. As Looney's on a 4 spree, making his way up towards that dart. Already has heat wave. What about Octane? Octane's still working towards that vision pulse.
Rise running away with this game too. Now up 4-1. Gunjar, uncharacteristic 0-5 right now through these first rounds. I mean, talk about a player that you need to turn things around if TK want to have a chance in this game too.
I mean, anytime you're putting up numbers like that, you put your team in a tough position to win.
Yep.
So yeah, look for Gunjar to maybe turn things around.
Even in that round, you see the position he got killed in? He rotated back through his snow cuts and ran towards Satellite. Meanwhile, Rise had already sprinted out of Mansion and just shot him in the back.
I think Classic might use his camo here to lead into top Mansion or go along the wall run.
Okay.
I think that might be the play here for Rise, but nope, they're going to go ahead and lead in with the HC. EMP's coming out from TK. Didn't tag it up. But Classic now finds some positioning to work with over near top mansion. It's going to be an A bomb site push as TK, they're being a little bit aggressive. In fact, one member from TK, it's going to be Neslo. He's able to push right through middle map. So despite that, like, they have so much information from Neslo being in this position.
Yep.
But Octane's playing the bomb at the A bomb site. TK have nobody here to contest this. This is going to be a clean bomb plan from Rise, and now Vision Pulse available.
Yeah.
As he peeks out, he does get cleaned up from Goondry. There we go. He's on the board. Looney playing all the way back rocks, but this might actually work out for him. Finds one middle map, puts some shots in there. At least he knows he's there. He's actually going to push up for the challenge.
Looney going to try to chase this one down. Sees the player.
Nice.
Eliminated. A 1v2. Goonjar last alive. Gets the timing on one who's going to check the A site. Now it's a one-on-one, but the trade comes in. Rise Nation just continuing to do a better job of winning those engagements.
Man, I thought this was going to go the distance. Rise just taking over early on, man.
They had other plans, Revin. As TK, they went on to a solid, perfect round one almost. Since then, they've just been non-existent.
All right. TK, they need to find something to turn this around. Do they have any specialists to use? No specialists, no score streaks, but the guys on Rise. Looney's got a Dart, HC, Heat Wave, 25 points away from the Lightning. They have Vision Pulse, they have Psychosis. Classic going to choose to use his camera here as he runs right through the middle of the map. He's going to come right behind these TK players. I think he was actually spotted, and Neslo on top of his game takes Classic down for first blood.
You could see he played around thinking, I have time. Like, I shouldn't give away my position. I want to guarantee the kill. Neslo spotted him coming through those snow cuts. He probably hurt him, really, with that camo. And now Sharp begins to push in. TK trying to push the agenda as they got to get this bomb planted.
Yep. Use that man advantage the best way you can. Get this bomb down, back up, position Goonjar. I mean, it looks like they got Theory set up over near the half wall. He also has camo now to use. So TK starting to earn some of their specials, but Sharp gets taken down. The bomb does get planted in the end, though, as now Goonjar takes fire. He finds one glitch now. Valve will make it two for Goon, as it's all down to Slacked in a 1-on-2. Has Psychosis, but he's been spotted by Theory. Now this has gotten a whole lot tougher for Slacked. Not much he could work with here. TK have all the positioning to work with. Also has to go for the bomb defuse. Not going to work out for Slacked. TK put another round up there.
5-2 now. Rise giving TK an opportunity to come back into this one. Goonjar stays pre-firing that corner. Gets the kill. Didn't even give him a chance to try to fight back. TK, they need to now do something on defense. They've been struggling to win these defensive rounds. What do you want to see from them to try to switch things up?
I think you need somebody over near the top tables just to spot if anybody goes through top mansion.
God, Looney has streaks too.
Yeah, Looney has a lightning strike. Don't think he's going to use that on an offensive round. For the most part, the defense is going to have cover. And it looks like the thing that they're going to change up is Theory brings out the sniper rifle. Brings out the SVG, opens things up with first blood for his team. And he's looking for another. He sees the shadow of the player almost hitting that shot. Also has camo to work with as we move back over to Slacked. He's got Psychosis. Can maybe pop this, as it could be a distraction over near the B-bomb site, but Rise looking for somebody on TK being overly aggressive, trying to catch someone overextending. Nobody doing that from TK, though.
I love watching Varric's SVG players play. It reminds me a lot of the M40 ACOG from back in Call of Duty 4. Still one of my favorite snipers to use in the entire series.
If only Looney had X-ray.
I know. He could see two players on the screen right now.
Why are you not a superhero, Looney?
He peeks in, beautiful shots down on Neslo.
He gets out.
Gets out alive. Did the player on TK shoot? I believe Goonjar did, so they know he's got to be somewhere in this area. Goonjar peeks out. Looney, can't win that gunfight there. Rise going to go for the plant on B. TK will go in and challenge. Sharp gets one. Nice use of Heat Wave. And this kill was traded. It's now a 1-on-2. Classic should be cleaned up with ease as he tries to fly on through. Wins one.
That's time for the
Left
plant.
in the 1-on-1. He's got a player right in front of him. Classic. Did he even spot? Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, God.
A little scary there for Goonjar, but he's able to clean up the kill.
Goonjar, don't do that to my heart.
Let's look at it again. Oh, it just flies over and spots the shadow. God. The hip fire didn't connect, but he cleans it up at the end of the day. He knew Classic had to go for that bomb plant. Classic was trying to find the kill. TK with their second round win in a row. And now they got their specialists. You know, Goonjar has a glitch. Camo for Theory still. Sharp uses Heat Wave last round. So I'm going to be watching Theory. Puts the sniper away. But I think he's got to use his camo this round. They need to use something here to get that fourth round win.
Haven't able to do much as of yet this round. Rise really do love sitting bottom left of that wall down by couches. Gives him a good opportunity to spot both the pressure near top and bottom as they have someone top bedroom. He is in a pretty common spot. Sharp will toss in the EMP. He knows someone's in here. Will he recognize that it's in this right corner? It does appear so. He sees them. He tries to wall bang. The challenge comes in. Sharp loses that engagement to Slack. As of now, there's no trade. Classic finds one, and it looks like it's all falling apart for TK in round number 9.
Yeah, Looney also used his dart. Psychosis gets popped. Gunjar falls off the map. Theory with camo.
This is done.
He's got the tool to make it happen, but he falls in the end. TK unable to really get anything going in that search and destroy. Rise, they built the lead early on as they went up 5-1. Looney with streaks, they're able to close out the game as they tied the series 1-1.
I'm telling you right now, this is going 5 games. Because I'm thinking Rise win this next map, TK win the CTF on Breach,
okay,
and then it goes to Game 5, Round 9. Rise Nation wins it as a score of 6-3.
All right. I mean, you got to get up the classic man, 12-6. I was looking for a big game out of him. He's been having a great series so far. Unfortunately for Rise, they lost that first hard point by 2 points. They're able to close things out in the search and destroy as we're about to move on to Fringe for Uplink.
Yep.
Who do you think's going to take this one? You're thinking Rise?
I say Rise take this one. TK win the CTF. Goes Game 5, Round 9. Rise Nation win it 6-3.
Your predictions haven't really been too good tonight.
I got a good feeling about this one.
I mean, you also had a good feeling about a lot of things during the pick and bans, but
I got a good feeling about this one now.
This is
my last prediction though of this week prior to going to UMG. Gets me excited, man. This weekend's gonna be fun.
Well, I guess if you predict a lot of things wrong, like now, and get all the wrong predictions out of the way.
That's what I'm doing.
So when it comes to UMG, you're right about everything.
That's my goal. You know what? That's where it winds up really mattering. How I look so the crowd doesn't get mad at me. We'll see if I can look like a genius on stream there. Game 3, Fringe Uplink between these two teams. TK find themselves now tied up 1-1 in this series. If you missed the action from the first series, or from the first map, TK
crazy hard point.
Down 248 to 230, and they hold off in glass and win after a perfect break in the end to win 250 to 248. Game 2, you just saw Rise Nation close that one out after a heroic performance from Classic to drop 12-6. Sharp only went 3-8, but he also had 3 plants. Kind of the bait for his team, kind of the one making sure they get that bomb planted to try to win out some rounds. Theory didn't get too much done with the Varric sniper, unfortunately, and in the end, it's TK falling in map.
Didn't even see him use his camo. Didn't get to see Gunjar use his glitch either.
Nope.
Always rough to lose a game when you have these specialist abilities available. Like, you think of them as tools to win rounds. You know, that's just one thing where you might have a slight advantage on the other team.
Yep.
Now you just don't decide to use it, maybe saving it for those future rounds. You don't even get a chance to show it off in the game.
Nameless back in that Uplink game where we were like, okay, it's the half. You know, you expect Nameless to bring out the scythe.
Yeah.
Okay, now there's 4 minutes left in the game. Nameless kind of bring out the scythe now. Elevate, start to run away with it. All right, Nameless, bring it out. Now it's a minute left. His team's already down by 8. He pulls out the scythe and didn't really get too much done for complexity in the end there. Hopefully the boys of TK and Elevate don't make the same mistake. We're in the ban and protect phase. And it's Gunjar banning out that MR6 right off the bat.
Who are they scared of this MR6 from? Is it maybe like a Looney or a Slack?
I honestly would probably say lean towards Octane would be the one.
Octane with the MR6, they don't want to let him have that as a secondary, but they're comfortable with him using the LCAR or the RK5. High Caliber will get targeted by Octane here. Moving into our second pick for either team. Expect to see Overdrive. Yeah, there it goes. Maybe a smoke grenaded as well. It's going to be the flashbang out of play. It's going to be Classic banning that one out. Now we're down to our final 4 picks.
As we begin to move on through this ban and protect phase, you see more focus on the tacticals from Rise Nation. The concussion banned out. Now it's down to Sharp and Looney to finish things out. Camo still available.
Kinetic, Overdrive out.
Rapid fire still available. There goes Rapid.
Smokes.
Looney with the last pick. You got to kind of wonder what the mindset is here from Rise. Do they want something a little bit more cheesy in the likes of Smokes being left in? Or would they rather kind of get rid of active camo, which can really create some awkward scoring opportunities for TK.
Well, he's running out of time. He's got to pick soon.
3, 2, 1.
He missed it.
They missed it. So apparently we're playing with the rest of the things that are available.
All right. I mean, really, there are some things he could have banned realistically.
Yeah, true.
Maybe they're just happy with how that rest of the phase went. They're just like, really, what else do we want to ban? We're happy with everything else. The scythe gets picked up by both teams. Do you think we're going to see kind of like a 2-2 split in terms of specialist weapons and abilities here?
Oh, that's kind of what you expect, especially on a map like Fringe. You can make an argument to go with that 2-2, and already you see Gunjar and Theory making that happen for TK. The Scythe Annihilator combo is just so lethal on Uplink on this map. Camo picked up by Classic. Expect Neslo to possibly do the same for his team.
You're thinking Camo Heatwave?
Yes, 100%.
Final two?
Camo Heatwave, and then...
Kinetic. Oh,
actually,
we completely forgot about Kinetic.
Well, that's interesting because now they decide to not pick up Heatwave. The other side of things, they do get Heatwave.
It's going to be Heatwave Kinetic versus Camo Kinetic.
And the Annihilator.
Annihilator Camo.
The big difference between these two teams in that specialist draft phase, having that extra weapon.
Yeah.
Have to see if it winds up helping TK in the long run. Team Kaliber, you mentioned how, do you feel this is a must-win map for TK? Where do you see them in this series?
No, I think they're fine if they lose this map, just because CTF is a good game mode for them. I just think, really in every single game mode, these teams match up pretty well against one another.
Yeah.
I think it's an even matchup across the board, but I think more pressure is on Rise to win than it is on kind of like TK to perform here. I think more people are expecting Rise to win. So if they lose, it'd be more of an upset.
Really?
Yeah.
See, now I'm thinking TK have a lot of pressure on them to win because now everyone's trying to turn heads. People judge them for making this team change at the beginning.
They're not in last place.
They're not. They're definitely not. But people judged them when they made this team change to kind of remake this old lineup with Gunjar on this team again to be this 4. You remember seeing all the tweets. This TK team, people were saying, they recycle players. What are these guys doing? Do they really want to win? Well, this TK squad, they felt confident right now. They're kind of beginning to falter. This could be a match where you say they begin to build things back up in their favor. I mentioned the confidence going into UMG, an opportunity for them to get that prior to this travel day tomorrow when heading to the event.
I can kind of agree with you there. I think these TK guys, they want to win. They want to put on a good showing for all the TK fans out there.
Yeah.
They just haven't been playing too well as of late. So yeah, I could agree with you that, there's pressure on them to perform as well. Really pressure on both teams. I mean, Rise is a team for me. They start off the Black Ops 3, start off very, very strong. They're looking like one of the best teams in the game. Now, look at where they are in the standings. They kind of got, like 4 other teams ahead of them.
Well, a lot to fight for in the COD World League as we head into Map 3, tied up 1-1 between Team Kaliber and Rise Nation. The map, Fringe Uplink. Rise has put on a show on this map before. We'll see if they can get the same thing done against TK here.
Yeah, so looking for, I think, once again, 1 or 2 players to watch for this map. Got to be Sharp and Classic. You need a big game from both of these players if you want their respective teams to win. But it's going to be that Annihilator pick versus the Heatwave. The only difference between these teams' specialist choices, and like you were saying before, I'm a big fan of the Annihilator. I really like that specialist weapon. I think you could use it both on the offensive side as well as the defensive. You get so much usage out of it. But off the start of this map, we're going to be watching Sharp, and smoke grenades make it through the Banner Protect phase.
Yes, they do.
TK are going to be using them here.
Well, here they go. They're smoke in the middle of the map. We've seen TK use this strategy before in Uplink. They paired this with Psychosis as well in the previous matchup, but it's already Rise Nation. They've got control of the drone. They've got control of top barn, and honestly, they've got control of an opportunity to score right here, as this is going to be some very early points. The dunk comes in. Octane gets Rise on the board in 26 seconds.
There's that ledge boost you were talking about in the previous series before this, using that to get a direct kind of route towards the enemy goal. Classic with the drone in hand. Goes for the 1-point toss, and he's going to hit it.
Nicely
Rise
done.
Nation off to an explosive start here, and Slacks, he's starting to earn some score streaks. He already has the HCXD to work with. He's on a 4 spree, can't make it 5 as Octane takes control of the neutral drone. He's going to get shot in the back by Sharp, but it's going to be Looney here to clean up the kill, looking for some more TK blood. We'll find 1 player, top barn. Interesting series of plays, but in the end, it's going to be TK with control of the drone.
Sharp now pushing up with the objective, just going to toss it forward for yards. Actually might wind up working out in Rise's favor because instead of their first kind of players picking it up, They now have lead blockers ready to go. Goonjar here as the stationary AR for TK. Trying to get a stop. Not going to wind up working out in his favor. Rise already with 3 pushes. They've gotten 3 scores. They're up 4-0 now, and Octane is just melting everybody on a 5 streak.
Wow, but impressive stuff out of Octane, and he's not slowing down anytime soon. Maintaining this position in the TK base right under their goal as his teammates take control of the drone, but Octane continuing to go on a tear, finding one more kill as Raz, they put another point on the board. They're up 5-0. You know, every opportunity they've had to score, they've capitalized on it.
Yeah, and I mean, this is what makes Rise so scary in Uplink, especially when you have the likes of Octane and Slack starting off so hot. Octane just made all 4 players of TK turn and focus up on him in their back spawn rock. His teammates wound up going for the 1-point toss. Here's another one again, not going to get it off in time, but still, this is TK's best opportunity for a push and score so far this game. They get 4 dead almost instantly, and now they push up this objective with Neslo leading the charge.
Neslo with a chance to make a big play happen, 14 Kaliber. He gets cut down just short, but the 1-point toss does come in for TK, so at least they get something on the board. Goonjar trying to stop Rise from progressing further up the map. He gets cut down as all 4 players are accounted for. It's going to allow Rise to push up. Octane continuing to go on a tear. 10-4, 8-4 for Slack. As right now, both teams just fighting for position over near the neutral drone. 2 go down for TK. That's going to prompt Octane to grab the drone. 3 down. Goonjar, last one alive. You see where he's positioned over near barn.
And he gets taken down.
This is going to be another dunk opportunity for
And
Rise.
this is what you love seeing about Rise. Look at their positioning in the middle map. They don't all flood into barn. They know, hey, we're going to get this one in. Now TK have to overextend.
Up here.
They've got 1 player inside bricks. Looney already pushes forward that drone. He goes to pass it, but his teammate does die. They still have control of the TK base. They also have the objective back in hand of Slack. He'll go in for the toss. 8-1, full streaks and kinetic armor. Rise Nation making a statement here in Game 3 as they look to go up 2-1 in this best of 5.
Yeah, this is not looking good for TK, man.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Classic picks up the drone. Like, this is only the first half, and they're going to get yet another dunk in. I mean, TK, they're having a tough time just regaining control of their base. Camel gets popped here by Classic. He peeks around, does find the kill onto Theory. And Slack, you know, as you were saying, fully streaked out, has kinetic as well. Looney, the player with the drone in his hand. Let's switch over to him. As he's just going to reposition, meet up with his teammates, spots this player at the end of train tracks, backs down. Classic, or it's going to be Octane trying to push forward. He gets cut short. So another opportunity maybe for TK. Slack, he gets taken down.
This should be a score.
Could be a dunk, maybe.
No, he dies, and there's no one there from TK, and Rise are actually just gonna run this one through tins, and look at the positioning of TK. Yes, they're getting kills, but they have no one in a position to stop this at the moment. 1 player does spawn up. Now Octane's beginning to get pinched. He's got Slack as his lead blocker. They're gonna continue to push on through. He's gonna go for the long-range toss, and from downtown, hits the shot.
That was impressive.
11-1. Rise hitting these 1-point tosses better than really any team in the game. And Classic gives Sharp the yup deezy there as he finds his 10th kill of the game. I mean, I'm finally just sharing it with the COD community. I've said it for years, but
yeah,
I know I'm confident enough now to kind of let my friends who watch bring it out and use the definition
sharing
in the wild
with the people.
That's what I do, man. That's what I do.
Slack now going to go ahead and pick up the drone. Another 1-point toss. Like, Slacked with the yup deezy there on Theory.
Yes, Revan, yes! Almost gets 3. The drone going in for 1 final icing on the cake toss. 13-1 in the first half.
Nothing TK could really do, man. I mean, Rise,
what the hell was that?
They had control of the game from the get-go.
Yeah.
They didn't look back. Within the first, what was it, like 40 seconds, they already had a dunk, a 1-point toss. And then you saw their ability to hit those 1-point shots. One from the back alley, from front barn, from coming out the barn window. Rise cruising here in Uplink. Slack did wind up using his kinetic armor during the last half, but he still has all of his score streaks here on the second side.
Slack gonna already call him that HC. Should get 1 kill here inside of Little Room. He does just that. 3 kills in favor of Rise, and another HC chases down Goonjar as he tries to kind of scurry away right there. Rise looking to get a point on the board almost instantly inside 2. They score in 26 seconds on side 1. They score in 26 seconds with a dunk inside 2. Dear God, they are just rampaging right now on TK. Slack is 23-9. Oh, this is just getting out of hand.
This is looking like the Rise
Versus Rush
question
team.
mark. Yeah.
Oh my Lord. 17-1. What?
Octane with the scythe.
I mean, what do you even say? This is just Rise outclassing TK in every front right now.
TK, they're fighting from their base the entire game. The lightning strike comes in. Rise put another score on the board. They hit the 1-point toss, but 3 go down for Rise. Finally, TK can push up on the map. They can see what the middle of the map looks like, what it feels like. Be adventurous for like the first time in this game. As Sharp, he's gonna come around the flank. Let's see what he could do. He's got camo available for use. Has good forward position for his team, but he gets killed by Slacked. Octane just maintaining control over the neutral drone area. And now TK, they've finally been able to stabilize. They have control of their base. Looney picks up the drone, tosses it forward for yards, but wait, Classic is there to pick it up. Slack picks up his teammate along with Sharp.
God.
Another dunk coming in for Rise Nation. Can TK, like, let's say Rise stop playing the game. Can TK come back?
I mean, yes, but at the same time, you got to kind of think, Revan, this is a Rise team that was frustrated they lost map 1 after being up 20 seconds at the end of that game, up 248 to what, 230, and they lost that map. Sharp gets turned on again by Looney, 20-1. The drone has just been in TK's base almost this entire game. Oh my Lord, Rise Nation are just rampaging at the moment.
Yeah, Theory has great positioning to work with right over that neutral drone. TK can start to pick this up, but they need to get like some perfect relays going if they want to come back into this game, man. And it's going to start right here. Theory gets the 1-point toss off, and he sinks it. TK, they get another point on the board,
right,
but they're still down.
Just 9
18.
dunks. 9 dunks in 2.5 minutes. I have faith. TK all day. Get it done. And as I say that, they lose map positioning, and Rise Nation continue the onslaught towards middle map.
All right, so what was the benchmark set? Like 31 points by them earlier? Kinetic Armor gets popped by Slack, but he gets cut just short of the goal, so no score coming in from Rise there. Finally, something looking good for TK. Sharp is going to be running this drone forward, but his teammates, they're starting to die. Nestle, the last one alive. But fortunately for him, Sharp has a clear path towards that 1-point play, and he's going to connect there. So either they get 9 more dunks for the win, or they could get 17 1-point tosses for the tie.
I mean, if you think about it, if you take the 0 away in Rise Nation's 20 score, TK's up by 2. I don't think.
Sure, Jack.
I don't think that's how it works. But no, TK. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. They've gotten outslayed. They've been doing a better job of coming back into it. They've now gotten what 3 straight 1-point tosses in.
Yeah.
But it really has come down to them being able to clear out their base. What was going wrong was they just couldn't stop the rallying that Rise Nation were doing. And we've seen TK put on some incredible Uplink games. But, I mean, Rise Nation appear to just be the kings of Uplink on Fringe, as this is the second time we've seen them just put the beating down on teams.
Oh, they're going to get a dunk.
And what's crazy is, right now, you've got a TK team who's getting slaughtered so bad on this map, they've now lost 2 in a row. Revan, how do they kind of pull it together for CTF on Breach?
I think this is kind of a loss that you get as a team, and it just kind of brings the whole team morale down. Like, just losing in this fashion, it has got to be rough. And, you know, they're actually playing very well right now. Like,
Where
in the
was
past,
this?
like, minute and a half, if they were able to, you know, kind of play like this at the beginning of this game, they might even have the lead right now.
Sharp's positive. Like, they're winning gunfights. They're getting control of the map. They're not just getting 4 dead over and over and over. Goonjar's beginning to wake up. Theory now pushing up with the drone. You know, if they just didn't give up 20 points earlier, TK would have actually looked pretty strong. If you just tuned in and you didn't see the scoreboard, you thought TK were destroying this game. Instead, though, Rise...
At one point in time, it was 20-1.
Yeah. You said if Rise stopped playing the game right now, could TK come back? They essentially did that. But TK can only knock away 9 points in the end, 20-10, a very high-scoring Uplink game, as Rise Nation really just run away with that one.
Yeah, you know, TK, they get slayed at the start of both rounds. You know, all 4 go down. Then from there, they really just can't get a hold of their base again. Rise, they hit their 1-point tosses. They get a couple dunks in. I mean, look at Slacked, 34-19. This is the unreal performance from this Rise squad here on Fringe.
Woo! All right, that's one that if you're a TK fan, you want to forget that one as soon as possible. TK on the verge of what, another 0-2 week? If they lose this CTF on Breach now, I said TK win this map. I'm still siding with it. I'm still saying it goes to round 9, game 5.
Okay.
Granted, I said Rise win it 6-3, but we'll see where it goes from here. Breach CTF, when you look at this TK squad, what do they need to do to win this map?
Control the lanes, control the map. Don't give up control so early on for Rise. You know, just stay alive in the first kind of 30, 40 seconds. Don't allow Rise to play their game. What Rise want to do is they want to push you out like they did in the first couple of seconds of that uplink, get all 4 down, and just get their ideal setup. And when Rise have their ideal setup going, you're not going to stop them.
No, not at all. Now looking at Breach, we saw last series Complexity just put the beating down by heroic plays by Ricky. That was mainly done in part to the overclock overdrive combo he was running. Yeah. He had 2 caps, multiple defends, and like 15 kills in the first 4 minutes of that game, which is very uncharacteristic for CTF. So you've got to begin to wonder, do TK want to play a little bit more of a crazy, insane, flag-pulling, escaping because of overclock overdrive type play? Or do you think Rise say, you know what, no, we want this to be slow. We want to make sure they have to fight us, give ourselves a chance to beat them on rotation and beat them in the cutoff kills.
I think that's what they want to do.
Yeah, right? They don't want to let TK just kind of run away literally with that objective.
Mm-hmm. I definitely think overdrive will get banned out.
Okay.
I think these guys kind of saw how the Complexity game went. They saw the effect overdrive has on a map like Breach. Like, I mean, just talking a bit more about Ricky, you know, he pops that overdrive, and he's able to kind of leave the rest of the Elevate players in the dust.
Yeah, literally.
So I definitely think overdrive has got to go here. But, guys, going on the primary stream, it's the matchup everybody has been waiting for. Optic Gaming versus FaZe. And Optic,
right
they're dominating right now.
201 to 89 on map 1 in hardpoint. Barely the Green Wall wanted to make a point in map 1, and they're doing just that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how the rest of that series goes. But, you know, this is why you need to get 2 monitors, man. 2 good matchups going on here in the Call of Duty World League for North America.
Yeah.
Can't really miss this Call of Duty action, yeah.
Especially if you're a TK fan as well as a Rise Nation fan. You know, I checked the chat, wanted to see what everyone was saying. It was when it was 20-1 where TK was just kind of like floundering. They weren't getting much done, and I saw all TK fans in the chat put up that sad Pepe frog meme
Bible
of TK with the TK hoodie on and all that stuff. I mean, that was just rough to watch for a few minutes in that game. Thankfully, TK scored 9 unanswered points to at least bring it a little bit closer. Still losing that one,
though. They lost by 10.
By 5 possessions. We are kind of getting loaded up into this lobby. If you're wondering what the delay is, CTF Breach will be the map in game mode. Cerberus came down on the map last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
By Ricky. Wondering if someone calls it in yet again.
You know, this could have realistically been a 3-0 for Rise.
That's what I'm saying.
If they held on to the final seconds of that hardpoint game.
Yep.
It's a 3-0 right now, and TK are going home with another loss. But they have a chance here on CTF to force the game 5. Can they rise to the occasion?
I can't even shake my head because, you know what, I'm the worst at that. And Optic Gaming just 100-point clubbed FaZe, 250 to 96.
That's a statement game right there.
Oh, man. That's something that'll definitely put your team on tilt. Guys, we're just kind of quickly waiting to get into this lobby. We've now received our invitation to join the game. Not sure who's going to wind up kind of hosting this one up. It does look like we are all set now as players are beginning to load in. CTF Breach, though, of all the maps that you've seen, of all the different game types, what maps so far in the game are some of your favorites to watch and play on?
I love Fringe for everything.
Same here.
Fringe is, I guess, my favorite map in all of Black Ops 3.
Same here.
Second favorite, probably Breach.
Okay.
I'm a Breach man as well. I just love how this map plays, not only for Search and Destroy, but CTF as well as Uplink.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a very straightforward map. Can't do too many gimmicky things here, like with the wall runs or anything. Very straightforward. You got 3 main lanes. Sure, there's some side routes you could take, but when you control those 3 main lanes, you're going to be winning the game most of the time.
I'd probably say Stronghold is right up there, too, for me as well, mainly for hardpoint and S&D. Obviously, we've seen some doozy of CTF games on that map. Mm-hmm. With the one NV1 we cast, that went 17 minutes without a single score on the board. Looking like we're slowly getting into the lobby. Here's what we're going to wind up doing. We're going to go to a very brief, quick commercial break, get into the lobby. When we come back, we'll have Game 4 between Envy and TK and Rise Nation. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm delirious. Don't go anywhere. Don't worry.
Everything's fixed.
We're in the lobby. Everyone's good to go. You know, just those quite little breaks that we take can really just help us streamline the process of getting in the lobby.
Yeah.
Some communication. We want to make sure we're all good with league ups. Want to make sure we're good with the teams. Going to even just a 2-minute break like that makes all the difference as we get the necessary set up in the lobby. And look, we're already counting down into the game. The Ban and Protect is about to start. Rise Nation 1 map away from closing out TK 3-1 and winning the series. They narrowly lost game 1, 250 to 248. They're definitely frustrated they didn't get that swift 3-0 over the TK.
And you know,
boys.
I think this
Oh
is
God, look at that.
I think this is a good game mode for TK, but I think Rise, they're just playing too well tonight, man. I think they close it out right here.
For sure, as you could see, TK not wanting to have to deal with that overdrive being in on the map.
MR6 as well gets banned out by Gunjar. It's going to be Classic's turn to either ban, protect something in the game. He goes ahead and bans the flashbang. Maybe concussions to follow it up from Octane. Anything else you're expecting to see get banned out here? Rapid fire high caliber, of course.
Concussion followed up. Nothing too crazy, obviously. Yeah, you kind of hit the nail on the head. Maybe a camo. Don't know if we'll see that, though. Maybe kinetic armor. There goes overclock.
Rise love their overclock.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think those bans, I mentioned that. I kind of thought that was what was going to be targeted, and that's exactly what goes down. These teams not want to have to play with that more fluky style of someone pulling a flag, and there's 6 overdrive used by each player on the map. There goes the HC by Sharp. So, pretty normal ban and protect phase, I'd say, for a CTF game.
Yeah, HC and CTF, I think, has a huge impact. Just being able to pick up a quick kill with the HC, and then that player's out of the game for 7.5 more seconds. Now we're moving into the specialist draft. Kinetic Armor makes it through, so Slack goes ahead and picks that up. Fully expect to see Sharp pick that up for TK when it's his turn, but for the time being, Neslo goes with Heat Wave. Gunjar goes with the Scythe, while Classic picks up Active Camo for Rise.
Oh, definitely. As we head on through, you know Octane's already going to grab the Scythe for his team. Theory gets Active Camo. Sharp probably going to grab Kinetic Armor, and Looney will more than likely finish it up with, the Heat Wave. Didn't get a chance to say it as of yet. No real surprises for me through the Ban and Protect phase. But now when you look at it, we've mentioned it time and time again. You said TK need to do a good job of controlling the lanes, dictating the pace of the game. Don't let Rise just rally like they did in the Uplink. It's what Cole did last series up against their counterparts there as they won that one on this exact map. Whew, if I'm TK, if you're TK, what are you saying to each other loading into this map? What do you try to do to try to regain after that rough map 3?
I say don't worry about the previous maps. It's all right. We just need to focus on this one map. This map is now the most important map in the series for TK.
Yeah.
And if they win this one, well, the next map is now the most important map in the series.
So one map at a time.
You take it, map by map, game by game. It's the best way to approach everything in competitive Call of Duty. So TK, just put all your focus on this one. Don't worry about the mistakes you made in the previous maps. There's going to be time to go back, review, and reflect on what happened throughout Week 5. But now's not the time to do it. Now's the time to just focus on the task at hand, and that task is winning the CTF game.
Now, on the other side of things, you've got a Rise Nation team that's now won 2 straight maps. When you used to play, how much did momentum factor into your team's confidence and overall play style in these certain game modes you go
It's
into?
really the confidence. Like, you feel like the king of the world. You start challenging all these gunfights, and then when you start winning them, it goes through the roof. And you see it all the time, like during LAN. Whenever a player is getting really hyped up, they seem to be playing the best in the lobby.
Yeah.
So there seems to be some correlation between like momentum and confidence in game. We'll see if it comes into play here as we'll be spectating some of the Rise players.
It's funny how you mentioned that. The momentum that helps the player, also with the momentum-based movement, teams and players just start making heroic plays with that in Black Ops 3. What could be the final map of the week here on the secondary stream is about to go down between Rise Nation and Team Kaliber. TK looking to force this game 5. I'm still siding with them winning this one, Revin. I got them winning this map 2-1.
Okay. I think this is definitely a good game mode for TK overall. Just the fashion in which they lost that last game, I think it might be playing kind of in the back of their minds. But off the start of this one, nobody from Rise actually opting to go middle map. And Octane notices that he's immediately going to back up. As now both these teams, you guys know how the beginning of CTF works. Just trading kills back and forth, fighting for a position over near middle map. Here comes Looney around the back. He takes down Gunjar. Now he's going to put pressure over on the TK respawners.
And he's already pushed right through this bottom lab side. He should catch his TK player off guard. He did hear the smoke come in theory. Yeah, reads that one like a book. Looney tossing those nades out. A little bit of sound gave Theory the knowledge that, hey, he's right behind me. Better go make sure I take him down before he can get this flag pulled. Now it's Classic's turn to try to make an aggressive move on the flag. Sharp's there to cut him down. TK doing a great job of clearing out their base.
Yeah, but I mean, they're once again kind of like the same theme of the uplink. They're playing from their side of the map. They need to find a way to push out and be aggressive. I mean, they might be able to try and sneak a player out of the base, but now as players start dropping for Rise, it's going to give DK an opportunity to push out on the map, establish some control. So Neslo, looks like one player was able to sneak past them. It's going to be Slack putting pressure over on the TK flag, and it looks like they know about this.
Slack, this is actually the best thing you could ask for. He knows where the defender is. Who actually just tried to jump on top of him as Slack reads theories, play like a book because he saw him jump up. He's going to pull this flag right towards middle map. Goonjar's there with a chance to shoot him in the back. He doesn't hit it as of yet. Now goes for the wall run. Slack still somehow alive. Goonjar gets him with the burst. He's going to try to go for the return, but there's another Rise Nation member there, and it's Classic with the beatdown. He's going to wind up running this flag in, and Rise Nation will go up 1-0. A great first flag cap led by the likes of Slack in the first minute and 45 seconds.
Yeah, unfortunately, Theory just kind of botching that kill at the base. Slack saw him jump over, used the smoke grenade to perfection, cutting off that line of sight for Theory, kind of closing the gap between him and the assault rifle player. Slack able to make a big time play for his team, just runs that flag forward, then Classic comes up big, continuing that run, as now Rise putting pressure back onto the TK base. And once again, TK fighting from their side of the map. That seems to be a common theme throughout this matchup, but as players start to drop for Rise, this now gives TK yet another opportunity to push out onto the map.
Oh, most definitely, as Sharp continues to push on up, he dies to the hands of Looney. Now Neslo with that Shiva, going to be in charge of watching that top greenhouse area. He falls to the same exact weapon in the hands of Octane. You can see the trading going in between both of these squads. Again, what was that, 4 straight trades near green side? You got to kind of continue to favor the boys of Rise Nation when that happens, because this is happening near their base. They spawn back up. They get there to help supplement their teammate even quicker and quicker. Goonjar, the one to trade that out with now a 3-kill streak of his own, and it looks like TK are now in a position to try to pull this flag of Rise Nation.
Yeah, Neslo's going to touch that for just a second. It's going to be Sharp and Goonjar here to follow it up. Octane on the defensive end as 3 go down for Team Kaliber. Theory, the last one alive. I like the decision here. Just post up middle map. Stop the players from Rise from being able to push up and take too much control and just be a nuisance on the map.
Theory about to earn himself camo. You can see just how passively he's playing this one. He gets it. Now he begin to push on through. No one on his team even remotely near him right now on the map. And you can see he's just trying to wait for some backup to come in. He's making the boys of Rise seek him out, and Looney does a great job of challenging with that slide peek. And just like that, the Rise Nation base is cleared again, and they're still holding on to their 1-0 lead.
There we go. Goonjar starting to heat up. He picks up 2, 7 and 4 right now. Can he make it 8? Ooh. Yes, he can, as he takes down Classic right there. As momentum starting to build for TK, but as it stands, they're still down by 1 flag overall. Time starting to wind down here on the first half of Capture the Flag on Breach. Only a minute remaining in the game. TK, they need to start putting some pushes together as they start to put pressure onto the Rise flag.
Goonjar just going to wind up dropping back. Sharp right next to him in bottom green. Spots one player who actually does drop right back into greenhouse behind Sharp. Cleans it up, helps his teammate out. He's earned himself sight. Goonjar still just wreaking havoc on this side of the map. He's on a 4 streak. No one even near the TK base. And Goonjar's going to go for this flagpole. He's just 200 points away from earning himself a streak. He's trying to stay alive. Look at how much resources Rise are having to put into this. They're using nades. They finally take this down.
But where are his teammates? Who is here to follow this push up? Goonjar did an amazing job just controlling that entire lane of the map for so long. But nobody was able to push up and get close to help him get that push started for TK. And now, this time winding down, 15 seconds remaining. Sharper is going to try to get this last-ditch effort and attempt to touch the Rise Nation flag. Not going to happen. So going into the half, Rise, they will maintain their 1-0 flag lead.
Here we go into side 2. It's Rise Nation just 5 minutes away from winning the series 3-1 over TK. And going in to UMG South Carolina with a nice week for them here in the COD World League. Did they win yesterday too?
I don't think they did.
I have no idea.
I'm going to say they did.
I'll trust you.
50-50 shot, right?
You take the blame. I like it. 14-5 from who was that actually? 14-5. Goonjar, yeah. Crazy beginning from him. Almost triple positive in the first half.
But and you kind of got Neslo trying to help out and chip in. Sharp in theory, pretty quiet, but I mean, like we were saying, the first kind of 4 minutes or so of that game, TK were playing from their base. Goonjar's able to push up, get control of the entire right side of the map over near glass and kind of put pressure onto the Rise flag, but nobody there to follow it up as Theory finds himself alive. Well, 4 go down once again. Looney already touching this flag. Assuming Rise get the proper cutoffs, there's going to be another flag cap for Rise.
One person has snuck by. It does look like they've begun to sit this one out. Goonjar dies to the Octane Scythe. And talk about a flawless flag capture right now for the boys of Rise Nation. They get themselves out to a 2-0 lead, and they have Heatwave on Looney ready to stop any flag pull from TK coming in.
And here they come. He spots one, at least bottom left, finds two. But he gets the MP, doesn't get the opportunity to pop that Heatwave. The flag does get touched here by Neslo as TK starting to put a run together. Can he get far enough away? They have the cutoffs. Last player alive is going to be Octane, and it's looking good so far from TK. They got the cutoffs, but Goonjar, one player to kill. It's going to be Looney making his way to bottom. Broken. No, that's a Heatwave. Can he get past this player?
Nicely
yes,
done.
Goonjar is there with the help. Had to use the Heatwave, but in the end, TK, they respond, and they bring it to back within one flag.
Great job from TK to kind of countercap that one. The EMP on Looney in bottom lab definitely made a major difference as, you know, he wanted to use that Heatwave, right? He wanted to be able to use that one in his favor. Unfortunately, though, it does not wind up working out. 3 dead momentarily for Team Kaliber. Theory's going to pop that camo, hop towards the flag, but he's got a player on Rise Nation right behind him. Looks like he's going to try to turn on Slack really quickly, and he does just that. Great use of camo, but in the end, will it wind up being enough? No, as Octane cleans him up. And look, Rise pulling yet again another flag, Revan. All they need to do is clear out Neslo, and they've got this one capped.
Wait, Neslo, he wins the gunfight first as Octane. This is a big opportunity for Neslo to make a play happen for his team.
Oh, he's going to run right into Rise.
So desperately needed.
That's a cap.
He gets taken down. Classic. He's got this flag cap in the bag. Rise, they go back up by 2 as now Classic working his way towards that lightning strike.
So now when you're up by 2 versus up by just 1 in a game, how do you change your CTF play style?
Don't change it at all.
You just kind of keep going with what you're doing?
You have that one flag kind of buffer, right? The way I kind of like to play it back in the day, you know, when I was on the sticks.
Back in 2006.
Is, nah, much more recently than that.
2011.
Anyways, you kind of say each flag lead over 1 you get, you're allowed to make 1 mistake in the game. Right, so Rise, they can now afford to make 1 mistake. And if that mistake leads into a flag cap for Team Kaliber, then they go back to playing, you know, their standard CTF style.
Well, 3 dead again for TK. I feel like I've said that a few times this game. Make it 4 as well as Rise get middle map control. They're about to pull the flag, and actually, no, Classics is going to try to push the agenda towards TK. Not sure how I agree with that one. Smoke's coming in, the ICR ready for Octane. He sees 2 players, can't connect with either kill.
I mean, they all rotated back.
Yeah, will he get out alive? He does just that. He's got 1 player chasing. Looney's there to try to pick up the cutoffs, and he does it. This might be the dagger right here, Revan, as Slack is going to go put in the 4th cap of the game. Rise Nation running away with this game 4, looking to close out the series 3-1.
Yeah, rough map so far for TK yet again. The uplink does not go in their way. You know, they turned up in that hardpoint, though, those final seconds. I thought they might have been able to kind of carry that momentum forward. Not going to happen as TK. They're not giving up just yet, though. TK, Theory, running the flag, had his camo available, but Rise, they are all over it. Classic picks up the kill. He gets the return. And now they're just looking to kind of slay out TK, maintain control over the map, and walk away with a victory here.
And when you kind of look at things, right, if you didn't watch the series and you look at the scoreboard, you go, oh, it was 3-1. You kind of think to yourself, oh, you know, TK won a map. They tried to put up a fight. Probably the other games were pretty close. And
2-point victory.
They had a 2-point victory where they got a clutch comeback in the final hill to be able to win that game. Classic wins that gunfight there, almost gets the second onto Neslo. Sharp will cap this one, but with 40 seconds left, I mean, they need 2 perfect rallies. Who's across the map? It's going to be Goonjar.
Maybe if Goon had like overdrive
and then
here.
He gets destroyed by Looney in that gunfight. That's going to do it. TK going to lose this series 3-1.
Yeah, there's just not enough time on the clock for TK to do anything. Really, the one way I saw them kind of coming back into the game is if Goonjar won that gunfight. If overdrive made it through, if he had overdrive on, maybe, just maybe, there might have been just enough time. But as it stands, Rise, they're going to hold on, man. They close out the series 3-1 over TK. And really, it was a team effort from them. I mean, you got Slacked at 15, Looney just above him at 17, 15 for the other 2 guys. Everybody chipping in and getting their job done.
TK, another, 0-2 week for them. Rise Nation with a nice win to finish off COD World League Week 2. Week 5 North American Pro Division.
We're a little bit past
Match
week 2.
I know. It's been a little bit since then in the World League. Honestly,
Crazy
between
how
last
fast
night and
it's going
today,
by. Like,
oh, it's flying.
week 5 for us is over.
Week 5 for us is over, Revan. Rise Nation, your winners of that match, they take it home 3-1.